Ladies and gentlemen of the RNG Revolution, welcome to episode 55 of the RngCast. I, as always, am Buster Knuckle. Joining me this week are...
It's the main man, the businessman 24. What's going on, everybody?
This is your boy Raven.
How's everybody doing today, guys? How you guys doing?
Tired. So tired. It's been a crazy week, but I'm tired nevertheless. And it's good to be here. Good to be here.
How you doing, Raven?
Doing fine. I'm getting progressively thirstier and thirstier. Like as the time goes on, man.
Wait for drinks or for Destiny content. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
I had no idea. I was like, go get a drink, dude. What the fuck, man?
I'm thirsty.
I am recovering from a con, so I have the con cold, and I feel like shit, but it's cool. I can suffer through. I took the branched chain amino acids, and I'm drinking a lot of water, so I'll be fine. But it was the first time I've been to a Comic-Con, so it was interesting, and I'll be going next year. Made a bunch of contacts, a bunch of friends. It was awesome. So let's just jump in. The Bungie news and TWAB. Let's just have a little discussion about that. The only thing that I really got from that is that E3 we will see more Arc Strider.
Yes.
And I mean, from all the new classes, I can admit that I don't like the Hunter. The Hunter is my least favorite class, and the Arc Strider looks like it might be one of those. Oh, I get to be the Monkey King. I get to have a cool staff and wushu my way around the environment. So it might move up, in my opinion.
Well, the Arc Strider definitely looks a lot more mobile, a lot more unpredictable as far as the movement goes. I think the only thing that I guess, and Des, you can disagree or agree with me or not, I don't really know how you feel about it, but I felt like it was probably the least innovative of the new subclasses. I felt like they just repurposed and retooled the Arc Blader.
Well, and then again, if you're actually going to retool it, what are you going to do to the year one vanilla terror of the Crucible?
Yeah.
Well, I understand, but what I'm getting at is, the Striker had, sorry, not Striker, can't speak, the
Arc Strider.
No. The Titan got the Sentinel, which is very different from your Defender class. Yes, you have a shield, but you're not necessarily a support at that point. You seem more of like an offensive juggernaut with a projectile, which I guess is good for the Titan, right? And then the Dawnblade, totally different. Again, just stripping away the support part of the Sunbreaker. Sorry, Jesus. Okay, can't think today. Sunsinger. Thank you. Even though you still have the healing rift, the healing rift, you get a weapons rift, which is pretty cool. But again, it's an offensive class. The Arc Blader, replacement. Called the pole dancers is funny. I feel like they could have did something a little bit more innovative than that. I don't know what you could have done that would have made it cooler. Yes, you give it a staff, that's great, but I feel like the movements are somewhat similar, except for that you're doing more flipping and twirling. I don't know. I feel like they could have did something a little different.
It definitely seems to be more of a cosmetic change, but at the same time, it's like chances are we'll find out like more in depth, like right around once E3 rolls around, we're gonna be hearing a lot from it. I feel, because if the teasers were right, if we can extrapolate anything from the original teasers, it's actually going to be more mobile, and it seems like it's going to have more reach.
Mm-hmm.
So while visually it may not be different, it just might once again be a terror.
But reach as in, so you think that the attack of the Arc Strider has a more significant reach than against the Arc?
Didn't you pay attention to the teaser?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, because every time he would actually go and swing the staff, there was about a good, let's say, 2 meters of like some kind of energy distortion that was traveling ahead of that staff, or ahead of his initial swipe, from what it looked like. So, I mean, it looks like it has more reach than the normal arc blade swipes.
And then we've only seen what in play. We haven't seen anybody go hands-on with it. We've seen little previews, little snippets of it, so we might see it. It might be one of the classes that we're like, oh shit, this is great. I mean, I'm like you said earlier, I'm super stoked for the Sentinel class, because that's like, it's defender, just more like you said, offensive. It's I take the point. I'm the one going in. I got the shield in front. Because the shield looks like it has a little bit of a distortion. They love to use that distortion effect, I guess, for Destiny 2, to make it seem like it's taking impact.
Right.
And I mean, I'm sure that's going to take away. That's going to eat your super. You're going to have to choose either you're blocking damage or you're inflicting damage. You're not going to be able to do a lot of both, obviously.
I mean, it turns defender from. I mean, essentially, it will turn defender from, an anchor, like, this is my spot. I'm right here, into more of the tank class that's in a lot of these team-based shooters. Is like you're going to be able to soak a lot of damage potentially, but still be able to get some things done with your ranged poke, with being able to toss the shield. I mean, it's really going to give defender a lot of versatility, and the fact that, I mean, defender wasn't. It had strengths in the Crucible, but it was not an offensive super, so it was really hard to actually. I mean, you become an anchor with your super, and
in one
that's
spot.
It. Yeah.
You're a mobile anchor, right? You can move around with your team.
So, I mean, they've really turned into. They still have like its design influence in it. It appears, but it definitely has more oomph to really carry it in PvP, I feel.
So you mentioned something earlier about. I want to go back to the Arc Strider real quick. You mentioned about the reach. Do you think that between when we first saw some of the early footage to now that they may have nerfed that a little bit? Because I'd imagine at some point, in comparison, that can be OP as hell unless you have a quicker cooldown, or basically a timer on your super moves much more quickly with every swing of the pole. Like the same thing they try to do with Arc Blade, right? Every time you swipe, you missed, it just eat up more chunk of your super time.
Yeah, that's true, but at the same time, I mean, it was shown being used very, very freely in the promotional images, which I don't know if that's just like to show off what it could do, but also they showed that same, freely used type of super with the Dawnblade, and the Dawnblade itself didn't eat. I don't think it ate that much per swipe. I don't think.
I mean, they did say that you're probably only going to get one, maybe two supers a game, right? For PvP.
Oh, I mean, we've seen that.
Yeah.
In the build so far, we've seen that.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they're going to give you a little bit more time in your super.
You're going to have to be like a Crucible god
to get more than two, right?
To get like two supers. Yeah. No, just to get two in that new game mode, to get two, you're going to need to be a Crucible god.
Well, the new game mode also is very what is it? Search and destroy? Would that be the?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's also very slow paced. I'm pretty sure we haven't put our hands on control or whatever they might call it, or any other game mode. So there might be more ways to get more super energy. Playing the objective and all that. Well,
I mean, I personally don't think so, because I mean, at least if they do repeat that objectives are going to give you super energy, I mean, that's going to be another thing entirely true. But as far as like just pure gameplay, I think that's pretty much the cut of it. Because I mean, with a 4v4, I mean, with them actually focusing, I was actually having a talk with someone, and like Destiny 1 feels almost confused on what it wants to try to do. Because it has both the 6v6 game modes, it has 3v3 game modes, then it has the Lone Wolf Rumble. I mean, it's got a lot of things, and yeah, they introduced 2v2. So I mean, it's like it's trying to like spread out and do a lot of things. But I really do like the fact that for D2 they pretty much put their foot down. It's like, this is our gameplay. This is what we're working on. This is what we're focusing on.
Oh, okay. I see what you were trying to say. They were so spread out as opposed to being solely focused on 4v4. Now they can make the Crucible way more streamlined and way more way they want it to be. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that and map design has been like a horrible, horrible thing because you try and play 6s and you get on a map that's more designed towards the 3 side, which gets aggravating. But now that they're focusing on 4v4, like that's going to minimalize because 4v4 is what they're focusing on. So that's what they're going to make their maps for. So, I mean, like I said, I can't wait to see what they do because, like I said, now that they have one set thing, they don't need to try and it's doing, this one is doing really good in 6s, but it's not doing that strongly in 3s. What do we do? Mm-hmm. I mean,
I will say that though, and when you brought up that the supers probably going to get 1, 2 if you're that good in a game, I think what you're going to find too is that you're going to have the unleash of supers across all the players if you're still alive, obviously, at the last second if you can, right? Okay.
Well, I mean,
everybody save their supers, minute left. All right, cool. Everybody pop them. Let's go ham.
I mean, that's the thing, though, because from what we've seen, supers are rare. But just from what we've seen so far, supers are scary in D2, man. Sweet Christ.
Right.
I mean, even though they're balanced and they look good, they're still very strong. They're like so much stronger.
Right. So if you are alive and it's a 2v2, 3v3, or 2v1, whatever combination you like, it might just be an onslaught of supers coming at you at that point. And, we don't have self-res anymore. Sorry, Warlocks, no self-res, so you can't come back from the grave and turn the tide. Revives are at a premium, so...
Massive premium.
Yeah, so...
Only for the game modes that have revives. I don't think they're going to just have revives in every single game mode across the board.
No. I would actually hope not. Personally, I do hope that they are coming through with at least a deathmatch type mode.
Yeah.
Kind of like Clash. So I am hoping for just a straight deathmatch mode, like
where you
a
can
little more of a chill
and revive.
Yeah,
well, not revive. Sorry, you could just respawn.
Yeah, respawn. Yeah, okay, I am hoping for that.
Well, yeah. So I guess I'm talking based on what we've seen so far. I'm not. Yeah. But basically, if revives are held at a premium, I mean, it could get lopsided really quick.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Really quick. So I mean, depending on how matchmaking is in D2, if you have, goods versus terribles, then terrible's going to be like, hey, this is broken. I'm always playing with somebody with an EL over 2,000. And it's like, well, not really. They're just more coordinated than you are, more than likely. And you had a lot of bad habits in D1 that you're not being exposed to, not being exposed in D2. Deal with it. Get good, bud.
Yeah, there's like a huge potential of skill gaps showing up in D2. I mean,
trials of cancer. Oh yes, it's gonna be a thing, man. It's gonna be a thing. Like the greats are gonna excel, and the people. It's gonna be harder to. I think it's gonna be hard to carry too in D2. To be honest.
Well, you're gonna have to carry. Yeah, you're gonna have to carry 2. Because if all game modes are 4s, they're not gonna bring a 3s in.
Well, you can probably carry. You can do a 1 carry. Just 3 people like to play. I don't know. Do a double carry. Oh.
It would be easier to do with 3. Do a single carry as opposed to doing a double carry.
I mean, that's true. That's true. Like for those that are really looking to secure some kind of high success rate. And like 3 and 1 carry is probably we're probably going to see a lot of that. Go through the carrying community, the Sherpa community for that.
And I tell you what, whether they do 3-1 carry or 2-2 carry, you're going to have a lot of streamers out there doing multi-streams. It's going to be really good for them. You're going to have a lot more players in the base. And
I actually can't wait to see if some of these solo carries are still going to try and solo carry whenever it comes out.
That's what I'm going to be. a trip carry? That'd be ridiculous.
You're a god.
Hat trick.
You know what? I'm gonna say I don't know how well it'll succeed, but I'm about willing to bet Real Crafty will at least try.
Oh yeah,
just to try.
Oh yeah. You know what I want to see? You know, remember they had the 1v3s in trials. I want to see the 1v4 in trials. I mean, look. At some point, you're gonna say, "I'm so bored. What can I do to make this game more fun for me?" Okay, I'll just do 1v4.
Yeah, if you say you're bored a month after the game comes out, you're kind of an asshole.
No, you're not. You're just someone that didn't have a life, or you do this for a living. You just pick one.
True.
Very true. For the trials map, it's Asylum.
Isn't that your favorite map?
It is my favorite map. I love. I don't know. I just love the way it flows. It just feels fun to me. I don't know. I might try to get a team together. I know Munch is itching. He was itching to try to get me in last week. So this week might be the week.
Asylum is such an interesting map. I used to love it when special ammo was a thing. Icebreakers, don't peek. Don't peek. Get your head blown off.
There's going to be a lot of icebreakers.
A lot of icebreakers. Don't peek. If you're looking...
That's the only bad thing about Asylum is that there's a few ambiguous lanes, too, that you don't initially think about.
Peek, you're dead, bud.
The car lane.
Yeah, the jungle. Yeah, down the jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. You and I tell you what, if you're on A side, you have a lot of technical advantages sniping down that lane because you have a lot of cover to work from. You have a lot more cover than you do on C. You know, so I mean, at C you can still get the pick. You know, if they're late, but you have to be ready, willing, and gotcha, bitch. Pull the shot off. And then I'm still surprised they haven't fixed the sniper ledge on Atrium up at the top inside. Yeah. I'm surprised they still haven't fixed that yet. I guess not. Whatever, it is what it is. But it's going to be sweaty. Sweaty.
Well, Charles is always sweaty.
Any issue, like for those listening, don't get your hopes up on small things getting fixed anytime soon. Because Bungie has a lot more to worry about right now.
Yeah.
Not saying they won't come around, like, once things get settled and tweak a few things, but, like I said, at least right now, D1 ain't getting no updates anytime soon, I don't think.
No, there might be 3 or 4 guys, like, surrounded by keyboards and monitors, like, I don't know what they do. They injected me with meth. Help me.
I mean, I think probably after, like, actually, I don't even know. Like, if a lot of these things may just get left alone up until probably a month or two before D2 release, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to touch anything. And you know what? It's going to sound like blasphemy when I say this. As crazy, broken, cancerous, whatever adjective you want to put in there negative, the D1 has become, you know, ever since. There's no point right now to change it. 0 point. Take all your resources, all your energies, and make D2 great.
Yeah, just ride it. Just ride it out.
And that's exactly what they're doing, because they're taking something and, like I said, one reason where it's useless to change things is because things are getting such a change in D2. It's like, why fine tune something that they're entirely moving away from?
That's true. Mm-hmm. Now, do you think they're going to bring forward some of these maps? I think that'd be pretty cool. Not at all. You don't think they would?
Nope. Doubt it.
I mean, I don't know.
I think it would be nice, like 1 or 2 maps.
Could you imagine the anger that people would have?
Why would be angry?
Dude, if they brought back maps, people get pissed off at them recycling content now. Could you just... No.
Yeah, but I'm not saying, you know, like, exactly the way it is.
Either.
Right. Look, I'll say this right now. I'm probably going to include myself too. You bitch about it, whatever. You're still going to play the game, so shut the hell up, right? You know, like, for example, if they do a DLC, right, and they have 3 new maps and 1 legacy map, you know, I think, just like how they brought back the old raids.
Oh, okay.
It'd be a thing of like, oh, wow, that's so cool. You know, like, I miss playing on Asylum more. I miss my favorite map, Rusted Lands. I mean, I think going about it that way versus, hey guys, we're gonna have all the new old maps in here. Haha, no new maps for you. No, bringing back some of the legacy maps as if they brought how they brought back some of the raids. I think it'll give that nostalgia. Oh yeah, Destiny 1.
Well, I mean,
that's what got me here in the first place.
Isn't that something that they kind of did between Halos? Is kind of use at least inspired maps from legacy maps?
I know they did it in COD. I know they remade
I know
Studio.
It's a COD thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't remember if Halo did it. Well, I mean, I never played Halo. Was never an Xbox guy. Sorry.
Me either.
But I don't play Halo either, so it's okay.
Oh, three PS4 guys walk into a bar. So they probably did it in Halo. I don't know. Somebody will correct us. I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. But nevertheless, I mean, look, you bring back the legacy map and you tweak a couple of things, put a little, just put a little trolley things in there. Like, remember when they did SRL and the damn forklift? As crazy and trolly as that was kind of funny, right? Made you chuckle, right? It was like, damn Bungie, but you smiled. It was kind of so like, maybe in Asylum you have like some
forklift,
big ass truck in the middle that blocks a sniper. Like, you're like, damn it, I gotta go peek around this thing, right? But it'll be kind of funny, it's like everything's the same except for this one big huge obstacle in the middle that is like blocking your line of sight. You're like, damn, probably wouldn't be smart to just go peek there, so let me just go somewhere else. But I think just refresh it, give it something a brand new face, maybe update the color scheme a little bit. But yeah, you can do inspired old maps. I don't think it'd be that huge of a deal. Look,
I thought you meant from ship. I thought you meant have old maps in with the game as it ships, not.
No.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No. Let as Bungie talked earlier and spoke, they want people to discover D2, discover the game, discover their powers. And so I would imagine like the first few months is just discovery. And then after we're getting used to our new selves and the play style, the game types and everything, they start bringing old things to just a reminder. Here's what certain D1 elements look now in D2, right? The D2 flavor. And who knows, maybe Buster, what's the map you hate the most?
The map I hate the most now?
Yeah.
Man, fuck. What's it? The city map with A and C are connected by tunnels. It's in the European Memento.
Memento?
Yeah, hate it.
Okay. Say they brought forward Memento, and in certain game modes, it's like, I hated this map in Clash and Control, but for Search and Destroy, this actually works.
Yeah, it might. Some maps only work in certain game modes. It'll be interesting to see. Okay, this map that we hated so much in D1 is awesome for Search and Destroy in D2. Like, oh my god. So, or what was it? What's the other one called? Was it the last exit? Last exit.
Yeah, last exit. I think that'd be a perfect Search and Destroy map.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Perfect. Have some shit in the train. Have some stuff, in the cave. Something along the escalator. I think that'd be so awesome.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah. There's. I'd be happy if they. Now that when you brought it back with the DLC, 3 new maps plus the legacy map, or like the legacy map reskinned. It's the same map flow, just a different. Like how they did, like with what they did in COD, they reimagined the map. It's the same feel, it's just a different outlook. I can understand that. Like I can get behind that. So, Munch, let's play some Trials today. I know you're listening. I can see you in for the RNG recommends. This is a tough week for weapons. We can all admit. Yeah, there's only a few. I mean, everybody's going to say, Des, you want to go ahead and give them what you recommend?
Everybody get your palindrome. It's not going to be allowed in official sweaty games, but because Luck in the Chamber, I think that's not allowed. But either way, it's still a really great roll because Luck in the Chamber allows you to 2-tap. It's got Icarus, which hand cannons as is gets you has the most accurate. it has the best in-air accuracy, is how I meant to say that. But so combine that with Icarus, you pretty much have 100% accuracy in air. Plus you have Reinforced, I think it is, that actually takes away from reload instead of stability, so you're not doing anything possibly wonky with the shots.
It's actually rifled this week.
Rifled, okay. I couldn't remember which one took away from reload instead of stability, but
rifled is reload and reinforces stability. They take degrees.
And it has one of the aim assist sights. True sight, I'm wanting to say.
Yes, true sight. Yeah.
So yeah, it's not a bad roll at all.
But you know what's so funny? And I think it was you that kind of mentioned this to me. And ever since you said something about it, it's made me change my view of Luck in the Chamber. I don't consider it an S tier anymore, personally. I consider it, it's still a top tier, but like, S tier, then there's like top. I consider that a step below or good tier, whatever, only because of that one bullet. I think a lot of players, we go goo gaga over the one bullet. Yes, it does a ton more damage. You can 2-tap, but you don't know when that bullet's gonna happen. Exactly. I mean, granted, Palindrome has 9 shots in the magazine versus 10, like the IS Luna. That's one less math you have to do, one less number you have to deal with. So you often probably find yourself too reloading after that damn shot. Ping! Oh, here you go. That was the last Luck in the Chamber. Reload. So
one reason I don't like it is it takes getting the edge from a gunfight. It takes it from being a pure skill thing to you're throwing basically an RNG chance into a gunfight, and I don't like relying. I mean, I still use Luck in the Chamber guns because of that possibility to 2-tap. I don't enjoy using it because, like I said, there's a lot of times it's like, oh, well, I only won this gunfight because I was able to get a 2-tap on that dude. Who knows if I was going to be able to outmaneuver him or outshoot him normally because this guy just got 2-tapped. So, I mean, that's the only reason I don't really like using them. Like I said, I'll still use them for an advantage, but...
I much prefer, and for that reason, I much enjoy Hawkmoon. Granted, it's kind of broken still, and because it's 3 bullets, and then yes, it's 13. So, roughly 1 in every 4 shots. You can figure that out, and sometimes you get back to back. So it's like, all right, cool.
Or the last 3 shots in your mag, or the three lucky shots. So yeah, maybe it's all odds.
But you have more odds to deal with. 1 in 4, 1 in roughly 4 and plus 4.5 shots. 1 in 4 and a third shots versus, this is so stupid, then 1 in 9.
Yeah.
So I'll take Hawkmoon.
And that's why I like my Lingering Song. That's a 1 in 6.
I thought it was 7.
No, it's 6.
Well, actually, because I think I use Feather Mag, which reduces its magazine count to increase reload speed.
And the thing has impact for days.
Oh, yeah, but you got to hit those shots. Miss a shot, you're dead.
True.
Yeah, dude.
What else was the other weapon you were talking about earlier, Des? The
Bone Crusher.
The Bone Crusher. That's right.
It's not a bad roll. It's pretty solid. Feeding Frenzy to give you a little extra reload whenever you get a kill, because with an MG, should be able to get a kill. But for PvP, I'd probably go more Hipfire. In that aspect, because you're not really going to have a lot of spare ammo with a Bone Crusher, because normally you only get 1 or 2 in reserve with a Brick of Heavy. So, like I said, Feeding Frenzy isn't that great for PvP, but it is a better choice for PvE. Okay. In Rangefinder, why not? And Appended Mag to give you a little extra in the clip.
Okay.
It takes the reload down, but he's a reload with an LMG. You just kind of dump rounds and kill people, right?
Well, then, like I said, with Feeding Frenzy, at least in PvE, that solves that problem. And like I said, for PvP, every time I use Bone Crusher, if I'm remembering properly, because it's been a while, but it has 1 round in reserve other than what you get in the magazine. So it's meh.
I have this. Let's play.
Yeah. There's this 1 shot.
Yeah. Biz, anything catching your eye? Anything caught your eye?
Actually, yeah. So apart from the Palindrome, which was the obvious choice, First of all, let me just say that it seems like, high caliber rounds and quick draw are the 2 perks this week. So if you like the 2 perks, there's a lot of guns to choose from, including the Keystone. It has the high caliber and the quick draw, small bore, triple tap, and Zen Moment. I think this is probably a really strong PvE weapon if you don't have one already. Definitely with the triple tap, because you don't want to deal with anything with your magazine size. It's already 14. To me, it's kind of low, even though it's a heavier impact side of the Scott rifles. But Zen Moment keeps everything steady, and if you don't want to use high caliber rounds, there's always quick draw too.
For me, I'm such a new Monarchy mark right now. The Assembly 2 with high cal, perfect balance, and rangefinder. High cal gives you that flinch with a bullet hose. Perfect balance helps you stay on, and rangefinder gives you that little extra edge on range. And the First Citizen with high cal, perfect, and I think it had Feeding Frenzy, if I'm not mistaken. But that's also on the higher rate of fire LMGs. So the new Monarchy likes the bullet hoses, apparently. So that's always fun. So go out there or you can just do a Brother Elijah and buy an Ingram from
buy Ingrams from Rahul.
Buy Ingrams and just roll the dice.
That's actually what I've been starting to do myself.
Yeah. Also get the PDX 45 from the Gunsmith this week.
Yes, while you can.
Yes. Because it's been rare now. All of a sudden, he has a plethora of them. So, and actually, I like that pulse rifle. It's one of the few pulse rifles I enjoy using. Before we go any further, let's just go after the elephant in the Reddit this week, huh? There was a little bit of a shenanigans from last week. Reddit found us and brought to our attention that our guest last week might not have been wholly truthful with us. And I can say we cannot vet our guest to the degree that some people might want us to. I can't contact Bungie and say, hey, does this guy work for you? I can't Deej. I don't have Deej on my cell phone. I don't have Cosmo on my cell phone.
But so you have Justin Sua.
But I have Justin Sua, shout out. No, I do, though, so you're right. And the whole Knockers discussion, that wasn't a leak. He was just bringing that into speculation. He was
bringing it to the forefront because his perfect segue was this thing that Bungie retweeted. Which Bungie is a sneaky individual. It may mean something. It may not. But he used that as his gateway to bring it up. Mm-hmm. And personally, this whole leak shenanigans thing, I personally would put more faith into it if Business himself hadn't said in that episode, this guy could just be laughing at you all the time. These idiots. I mean, it can totally be a red herring. Mm-hmm. So, I mean,
I guess the way I look at it is, nothing was revealed. Nothing was, as you said, guys said, leaked. It was a conversation, discussion. And you know what? It was a good conversation. I know a lot of you lore minds out there, very smart, very brilliant, thought, I wonder, but wait, does that mean an X, Y, and Z? It's fruitful discussion. And were we intending on having this discussion? No. We don't plan nothing on this cast. We literally just, all right, cool.
We have a basic outline we work with, people. We don't even have a script or anything. It's like, here's how we should basically flow.
Basic meaning, I say, okay, we talk about this potentially. Okay, let's talk. Really, that's it. And so, we are simply, while we're still waiting for D2, I don't think it's any harm to, wonder, well, what's going to be in, the next part of the lore. Yeah, Bungie's going to deliver more cinematics, more story inside. But, right now there's so much mystery in this game. This is why it's fascinating to most, because no one knows if they're right until it happens. And I'll tell you this, and I'll be the first one to say it. If, and only if, D2 comes out and it is revealed that, oh shoot, we have someone bigger to fight. If we have someone bigger to fight who happens to be related to Oryx in some form or fashion, and his name happens to be, again, if his name happens to be Nokris, I'll be the first one to say, episode 54 of the RngCast did have this D2 speculation about Oryx and how his role being playing in D2. Yes, it was quite indeed speculation and topic of conversation. I'll be the first one to say that. We didn't do anything different than YouTuber posting a video on, hey, such and such happened in D2. Watch this video and click around. Click 10 seconds of content, worth it, and then everything else is just blah, 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 blah. I see a lot of lore minds out there having their wheels turning. And you know what? As a person that is not into lore at all, I was actually intrigued by those conversations. I was like, damn, okay, hold on, let me just map this out real quick. Okay, so this is this, and he's the baby mother, and okay, baby father, okay, cool, whatever. And so I'm saying all of this to say, we're just speculating at this point. Yeah, for sure. We have no inside information, and again, our guest last week did not confirm nor deny. He spoke about everything that he could have, especially his experience at the D2 Eat when he was there. And whatever. So we're not trying to get more viewers, more listeners just by throwing crap out there. We're really not. That's not us. We want you to come in, chill with us. It's like 3 dudes and maybe additional people just talking about the game that they enjoy and thoroughly love. That's all we are. 3 dudes. I don't work for Bungie. I will never work for Bungie. Yes, I can say I'll never work for Bungie. I'll say that.
I might.
No, Daz and Buster will. No, Daz and Buster will.
If they come up to me, it's like, we need you for this. Yes.
I would never get on another forklift. Fuck that.
I have a good job. I'm in my career, so I'm cool. I don't want to move, so I'm good. But again, Bungie is a great company. They've put out great content thus far. It would be it'd have to be the role, but I don't think I'd ever fit. I'm not that kind of person. I won't fit in the Bungie culture, and it's fine. But at the end of the day, we're just a couple of guys talking about the game that we love, and so we would like you to join in the conversation. If you disagree with us, come on and tell us your point. Why you disagree? What is it about your what is something that we're missing? Or here's what I'm thinking. And let's have this conversation. No need to be cancerous and ignorant about it. We're just talking. We're just a couple of dudes talking. Thanks, babe. I appreciate it.
But yeah, I mean, it's
that was so loud.
But yeah, I mean, it was a subject that got us in discussion. Like going through the Reddit threads, which there were like 2, but it was really amazing to see that it's primarily like populated with a lot of theoretical talk and like a lot of questions from people that don't really know one way or another. And it actually did bring up a valid point that it's like one thing that got a lot of people thinking. I mean, it was just that we don't know exactly the exact fate of the Osmium King, the unnamed Osmium King in the Books of Sorrow. But that's neither here nor there. But as it is, and like I said, we're just a bunch of dudes talking, and if you have questions for us, we're easily accessible through Twitter. We give out our email. Email us. We will gladly get in touch with you. I just personally do ask, if you're going to send us an email, try not to title it things like "take down or change your blah blah blah" episode. Just
you're not going to get a very pleasant response from me if it's titled that way. I mean, I was very, very nice when I answered that email.
Yeah. Buster composed himself, but
I'm learning.
It's a good thing I wasn't there, because I was steamed just from the title at first, but I let things handle. But just try to be a nice human being.
There's no need for hate, man. We all have one thing in common. Well, 2 things. 1, we're a bunch of plebs playing this game, and 2, we love this game. We love this game, and our opinions will always be different. But that's what makes the community great, because it's an opportunity for everyone to learn.
Exactly.
Everyone, we like positive feedback, we like constructive feedback, but it's all about how you say it. There's many ways to tell someone their breath stink. Just don't be like, just sit there and be like, dude, your fucking breath reeks, bro. God damn,
there's so much shit in your mouth. Is that what happened?
You can very calmly instead pass them a stick of gum.
Mm-hmm. Would you like some gum?
You don't even have to say anything. Actually, just offer them a nice stick of spearmint.
Or
they might actually take the hint and go, my breath's kicking, huh?
What I do is I eat a piece. Like some?
Yeah. The polite way to do it is just go.
And then if they come back and say no, are you telling me something? I'm like,
yes, I insist.
A bit, maybe.
Just a wink.
Now, just to bring this,
I got you, bro.
Just to bring this little bit to a close, we had the best month of downloads that we've ever seen. This last month. I'm hoping that the listeners that found that just because of that found the episode and was like, okay, yeah, I'm hoping you guys stick around because we have some stuff. I haven't even dipped into the bag of Vegas stories or New Orleans stories yet. Okay, I got some stuff coming up, and
we also have some interesting topics too, as far as our preparation for D2. A lot of things you can do to get yourself ready. You want your body to be ready for D2.
Guess
exactly. I mean, for all these and for all these people like freshly coming in, our whole goal for this is not to be some uptight, very business oriented type of podcast. We are three individuals who are utter plebs talking about our love for a video game, or plural in some cases, but But that's what we're here for. We're here to help grow a community that is positive. And I don't want to say binding. That actually sounds almost sounds like a commitment.
Cohesive?
Like a marriage almost. There you go. Thank you. But yeah, a very cohesive and positive community which we can just chill.
But what got me the most is, like, I'm not bringing into question the validity of any of Isaac's claims of employment. No. I brought him on because he was an interesting guy to talk to. I've talked to him before, and he did spark a very interesting conversation. What got me was the accusations of, oh, we brought this guy on knowing that if he's not telling the truth, that we knew he wasn't going to tell the truth just to get listeners, just to get viewers. That's not at all our intent.
We don't grill guests like, are you sure you do this? Are you sure everything you're about to say is entirely positive on this podcast? It will be held in legal response.
Yeah. I don't send the Bible and say, send me a video of you swearing on said Bible. Okay. If you say this, if you say, hey, I'm a Destiny artist, I'll say, cool. Would you like to come on and talk about me and your artwork? Because I love art. Like, I don't have zero artistic skills. If you're an artist, you intrigue the shit out of me. And I've been talking to a shit ton of artists this week.
It's like one thing Buster does is he tries to find interesting people. And he has not let down so far. I do not doubt that he will. I mean, I don't think he will. Not that I don't doubt it. Good God. I'm just messing all my words up today.
You think I'm going to let you down? Is that what you just said?
No. That's what I'm trying to not say. You're not going to let us down. But it's not like anything underhanded or anything. It's like we weren't, we even opened the episode. It's like, all right, this dude's not going to be able to say much. A lot. Because because I did make a post on the Reddit thread. It's like, even, like I said, I don't question his validity. I'm not going to question the individual because he is a nice guy to talk to and just to converse with. But, so, I mean, I'm just, the dice roll is whatever it may, and I will only really respond in any way if Bungie basically is like, oh, this person did or did not. It's like, if that were to happen, then I'll, then that will happen.
Cool. I think we've exhausted that enough.
Yeah.
Let's move on to some happy stuff. Fun time.
Happy stuff.
Happy, joy, happy, joy.
There was one, the revolutionary ideas. There was one question in the chat that just caught my eye. From Klobasa92. What is your opinion about Trump?
No comment.
The one thing we have said that all three of us agree on, there's 3 topics we will never bring up. Politics, religion, and I don't know what the third one, I don't remember what the third one was, but it's very, very decisive.
Were we joking with weather or?
Weather. That's what it was. Weather.
It's like the 3 basic, like we adhere to the rules of the 3 basic things you don't talk about in random like conversation. Mm-hmm. Weather, politics, and religion. Stay away from those topics. And we do. That is our like rule set. Okay, that is like our only script we go by. Those things we don't mention.
I tell you what, though, I love the USNA. Yes,
but I'm not going to I'm not going to discuss Trump. Nope. So,
moving on.
Yes,
moving on. That's a whole nother bag of cats.
Absolutely. And I was going to bake about the whole Reddit debacle, but no need. We talked about it. So, I don't want to feed the thing up. Penn State, what up? Just real quick, the Teespring campaign for the RngCast shirts has ended. We will be waiting for people to want to get them. If you would like to get the RNG shirt,
missed the opportunity.
Yeah, if you missed the opportunity, it will be coming back. We're not just going to one and done it. Business now. Blocking his face for those watching the show. But it will be coming back. If you want it to come back sooner, tweet us. # bring back the shirt.
And if we get a higher demand, we can open up the campaign. But it's only dependent on you guys.
Yeah. I mean, I
got my shirts. You got your shirt?
Oh, yes. For sure.
Buster, you got your shirt?
I got one good one and one terrible one, so yeah.
We can say firsthand, Teespring customer support ain't that bad.
Fantastic customer support. Those guys damn near blocked out the sun for me. So, we will bring it back. There's going to be more shirts in the horizon.
Oh yes, we have ideas.
Long sleeves, maybe some hoodies, some tanks. I'm thinking of a black on black, a murdered out shirt. We're tossing out ideas. I like I said earlier today. I came back from con. I met a bunch of artists that do commission work, so you might get a dope watercolor Destiny-inspired shirt. Who knows? Who knows what you'll get? But you're going to get some stuff. We have.
Oh my god! I have an idea for a shirt that I have to tell you about later.
Just email it to. Just message it to me. Subcult says, "Bring back the shirt." # bring back the shirts when I have money. That's pretty much what we want you to do. So yeah. Oh boy. All right, so let's go.
Where are you going to now?
The main topic.
Sweet. You got the generator up?
Yep. Give me 1 second. It just closed. I went and checked your message that you just sent me.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Wheel of Destiny. Turn. Oh, wait. Double entendre. Crap.
This guy. I will say this, though. I am itching for the beta. Can't wait for the beta to come out. Beta's going to be... I'm literally going to try anything and everything that I could and figure out quickly what I feel comfortable with, because at this point, being that the D1 is so broken right now, I don't have a feel of the weapons that I use anymore. I think I literally just succeed with Mida and Sidearm. And so I'm going to be very excited to see what weapons I can use in D2 with the new changes and how the gunplay and the mods will play a factor into the game.
I just want to use the auto rifle that has your name in it, Biz. The exotic, the risky business. Sweet business.
No, sweet business.
Sweet business.
I think that would be the only auto rifle that I will use. Just because
I'm going to use it just in games and be like, business time.
Like, oh yeah, it's business.
Which
time.
Also, interesting story about that. That is basically Destiny 2 Suros. Mm-hmm. hilariously enough, because it starts with the same rounds per minute as a focused fire Suros and spins up to a faster rate of fire, which that I can definitely tell because the card for it actually lists the per minute, which is going to be...
So, I hit the RNG. It was 52. Gamer health.
Ooh, that's a good topic. That's a good topic.
I randomize the topics every week too, so it's not like if we roll the same number, it's going to be the same topic every week. They're just I just hit them with a randomizer and just we go. This is something that I've been obsessive about recently, health and well-being. And gamer health is actually important because gamers have this stereotype of being the Cheeto fingers, the Red Bull drinking, terrible diet having people. And I can say...
sedentary lifestyle.
Yeah, I can say that's very, 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 very... I mean, I'm not saying 100% not true, but the majority of gamers that I know are very health-minded.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I noticed that a lot of streamers out there, their full-time job is to sit down 8 to 10 hours a day and play video games. But what do they do outside of that? They're exercising at their gym, they're doing yoga, and it's very important. And just to take a step back, you have to be somewhat healthy to be playing video games for a longer duration of time. You see every disclaimer, this game can give you seizures. If you're susceptible to seizures, you might want to speak to your doctor and things like that. And, I think one of the biggest misunderstandings is, I'm a gamer. I can pull a 24-hour stream. Whoa. You have to be healthy to do that. You have to be healthy to do that. And so when people say, I'm going to do a 24-hour stream, some tips for you is, first of all, you might want to check your doctor and get a physical, right? You want to get a physical. Make sure that you're in tip-top shape. You're not basically susceptible to anything like seizures and, what happens with sleep deprivation. Because I've seen people go through sleep deprivation, and I tell you what, it is not pretty. And you remember, you're staring at a screen for 24 hours, which it's a long time when you're in it. And you love games so much, but when you're on hour 10, it starts to feel like hell. And so you got to make sure you get that physical, Two, you got to figure out when you can take small little bathroom breaks, drink some water, keep hydrated, things like that. I'm not telling people to go do a 24-hour stream. I'm telling you to be smart if you're going to attempt one and make sure that you get yourself in physical peak performance, because like anything else, too much of anything is a bad thing.
What's the longest you guys ever been awake for?
I've done 24 hours awake, but not gaming.
What about you, Des?
Hard to say. I know there was a stretch where I can't remember if I nearly made or if I actually touched on 48 hours.
The longest I've ever done was 3 days. And that was because of, obviously I was in the military, and they want to see, they want to push you to your absolute limits. And I think it was 67 hours before I passed out. But sleep deprivation is...
It can be trippy.
I hallucinated. Trees talked to me.
Yeah.
The trees were talking to me.
It can be really trippy.
I was just sitting in a foxhole, just in training, just face pressed against an M16. Just I can't do it. My battle buddy we were just tapping each other, trying to stay awake, because if the instructors found you asleep, you are kicked out of the program. You are recycled all the way back to the beginning. So if you were on the last day, you got caught doing something wrong, recycled all the way back, admin cycle. So,
wow.
The trees whispered to it. Like you hear voices, like different people. Obviously,
what did they say?
Oh, it was just weird shit. It was just like random mumblings. It wasn't like any words. It was sort of like have you guys ever had like a really bad fever, like high fever, and you hallucinate?
No, I haven't had that. But I think one thing I can equate it to is when you're watching a horror movie, and like the killer's around the corner, like Jason especially, and you hear the
yeah,
you hear crap like that.
Yeah, or like
so it's not like distinct voices, but it's like these mumbles, words, and murmurs and crap.
Or like in a demon possession movie, how like the possessed person hears like, like it's weird. It's so weird, and like things you see shadows, like you'd see movement, and you'd have to be like, So it was yeah, definitely take care of yourself. Hydration, drink water.
Oh yeah.
Drink water.
It's like one key proponent, because I know I don't exactly look it, but I mean, I attempted a few dietary changes, but I did some research, and it's like, I mean, it was at the time, it's like, you try and like, oh, I'm just going to go this pure food route, and it's like, yeah, your grocery bill's like tripling because you're trying to get this natural crap, and it's like, no, I can't do this. Mm-hmm. No, it's just, I'm going to go into the poorhouse trying to eat healthy. So I tried to make this like midway point and like find out like the gist of a lot of like dietary stuff. The first thing like a lot of people bring up is like, A, diets are bad. B, water.
Water.
Yep. Yeah.
One like figure that I had heard of from a recent thing is this one personal trainer likes to, like, whenever you start like an actual get into it, start getting into like a workout thing and trying to like lose weight, he put people on a water, or as much water, it's like half of your body weight in ounces is how much water you would have to drink in a day.
I drink a gallon of water minimum. A day. I drink a gallon a day. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah. But yeah, water.
Yeah, and not to mention too, a lot of people drink a lot of energy drinks, and it's crazy how energy drinks are really targeted towards gamers. Hey, you need that extra 5-hour boost, huh? You want to go the long yard? You want to get in for the win? Drink this
keep
energy
your kill
drink.
Streak alive.
Right. Yeah, basically, it's caffeine and a ton of sugar. And yes, you might feel perked up, but the crash later
is ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm talking straight up.
But there are like, you're talking about the Red Bulls, the Monsters, those.
Isn't Honey Badger one of them too?
No, that's more like a pre-workout natural energy. That has a little bit of caffeine, but it has like B12 and all kinds of other stuff. Just like what's the one? Energy. I've tried that, and
you're giving these free advertisements. Look at that.
No, it's okay. But pre-workouts too. Pre-workouts are better than an energy drink, hands down, because it has stuff that your body, could use too, and it helps with the recovery.
Yeah, things you want to like look for like energy wise, like Buster said, B12s, a lot of vitamin Bs are going to help you, perk up a bit. Vitamin C, a bit of, isn't bad for a dietary thing. It does give you a little bit of energy, and it does help boost immune system, blah, 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 benefits. And ginseng. Mm-hmm. Ginseng is miraculous.
Beta-alanine helps, too. Gives you the tingles. Gives you the tingles, though.
What is I don't know how to pronounce it. Guarana seed? Yeah, the guarana seed, like caffeine. Yeah. Because I had this, I think it was called like Zip Fizz or something, and it was this little mix. And it was basically like a soda replacement, but I was on it for a while, and it was just to use because it was a lot of like, it was vitamin Bs, it was guarana seed instead of actual caffeine. It was just a bunch of this stuff in a bottle just to help. It's just basically, and I was using it as a soda replacement while I was working in factories, because I would have my water bottle, I would fill it up once with that. I would help get rid of the caffeine because I'm a caffeine addict. Good God, I'm a caffeine addict. Yeah. Good God.
Don't drink caffeine. Don't take caffeine. Don't do caffeine for like a day and a half and watch how bad you feel.
Oh, I know. That's why I don't. Because I've tried.
Oh, it feels like the world is just squeezing you together. It's the worst feeling ever.
But no, guarana seed. Mm-hmm. The guarana seed caffeine does help curb a lot of that, and did help me start moving more towards water. So like stuff like that can really help you, like, kick the caffeine habit, because I know a lot of people who.
So we talked about drinks, water obviously the best choice. And there's some natural drinks out there that does not have caffeine, but still provides some of those same effects to give you additional energy boost. What about foods, right? I know, when you think of gamers and foods, the first thing you think of is pizza.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, every trainer and such that I've heard from, a health nut, whatever, pizza, as delicious as it is actually the worst thing in the world for your body.
Yep.
It is some of the just it tastes amazing, but it is just awful for your body.
Why is that?
So many carbs.
It's all carbs.
So much of everything.
I know the answer. I was just sparking conversation.
Yeah, no. Do you guys be interested in having my Beachbody coach come on and talk to us about this at a later date?
A beach buddy?
Yeah. Beachbody. Beachbody.com. The company that
does...
Actually... Oh, go ahead, Des.
No, I was about to say, that's actually, it was a Beachbody person that I actually heard a lot of this stuff from as well.
Yeah. I can, when we're done, I'll put the link to his transformation video on...
It's quite possible.
In our chat so you guys can watch it and see if you want him to come on. But, for those that don't know, Beachbody.com is the company that does the Insanities, the P90Xs, the Booty Boot Camp for the women, the... Muscle Monster, whatever. They do the workouts that because I'm doing P90X personally because I've done the Insanity and that's all cardio and I wanted to get working in the warehouse, busting physically. I have to get stronger. That's 100% what happens, and I've been getting stronger. So that's one of the things that you have to work with, and Des can attest working in factories.
Oh yeah.
If you're not right. Your body's not right. You're going to get destroyed.
No, especially working like I said, when I was working on rims, I mean, it was because they had an actual in-factory foundry. So it was hot just regardless. And I could tell if I wasn't getting enough water because I would actually try and lay down and go to sleep. And my legs and hands, my hands, it looks like you have freaking
the claw.
Rheumatoid,
the lobster claw.
Arthritis. Yeah, exactly. It's the worst feeling in the world too. So, but sure enough, I would know my mistake because you chug down 2-3 bottles of water, you're fine. But it's just you have to the water is just such an important step. First step in any healthier eating thing. It's first thing they try to get used to drinking a lot of water, cut back to leaner meats, not as fatty, lean beefs. One advisement is try to stay away from pork, but if you are going to have pork, go with the super, super, super lean pork.
Like tenderloin.
Rarely,
yeah.
But...
Yeah, I don't eat pork that much more.
No,
fish, turkey.
If you do some lean red meat, venison is also a great option.
Elk, moose, any wild game is going to be better than the red meat that's raised on a farm.
Yeah,
100%.
They also have more iron too.
Mm-hmm. Also, when we talk about diet, you have to remember everybody is different. Some people are carb burners, some people are fat burners. Naturally, so I can't tell you to go on a diet and then all of a sudden your body bonks because you're not meant to be on the same diet as me. I burn carbs faster. I go into ketosis, which is your body burns fat instead of carbs super fast. If I don't eat carbs, my body kicks over. It's instantly. My ketones are crazy. Some people, I'm not saying, I'll just use, Biz, I'll use you as an example. And Des,
I'm not.
Well, you should, but yeah. If you ate the ketogenic diet, which is no carbs, you would feel like death. You could. I don't know. Your body might be just like mine to kick over to ketosis real quick, but some people take a while. But
that's why Atkins failed.
Yeah, but your body can adapt. Your body will adapt. You just have to suffer through it. And that suffering is where people break. So for dieting or change the way you eat, take baby steps. Mm-hmm. Don't go, I'm going to eat super healthy and just go super quick, Yeah, 0 to 100, and then on day 2 you're like, fuck this, I kicked soda in December. It's now June. I'm good. Don't drink soda anymore. And I started cutting back on the fatty red meat. I stopped going to fast food restaurants a lot. And, working nights, that's pretty much the only thing I have available anymore. So I did meal prep and everything. So that's one of the things you have to, just start working. Vegetables. Get your vegetables in. Like yesterday, here's a surprise. My girlfriend, we went to Rex 1516 because we went to Philadelphia. Again, free plug for Swain. What up, Swain Stash? Dope restaurant. I've eaten in. And she said to me, and I quote, "This place has the only lima beans I've ever liked in my life." She's 27. I'm like, you've never had lima beans? And she's like, no, I've had them. I just never liked them. But I like them here. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I have now, my now goal for her is to have her try things that she's never had before. Like she said yesterday to me on the way on the train ride, that she's never had a pear.
What?
Mm-hmm. There's people who have a lot of weird food aversions. Like for me personally, I don't like. I still don't like avocado. I've tried it several different ways. I don't like avocado.
All the California people are pissed off now.
I didn't like yogurt, like Greek yogurt. I didn't like it.
My God.
Now I fucking love it. I eat it 3 times a day.
Jesus.
I actually have something very similar to that. Like very weird, because I was a person, I didn't eat a lot of spicy foods. So spicy was not my forte. Mm-hmm. Don't ask me why, but at one point in time, it was like we were fixing burgers, and I decided to throw a little, because my wife's hot sauce in the fridge. Like, let me try this. Don't know why, but all of a sudden it's like, hey, this ain't too bad.
Yeah. Spice comes to you too.
Spicy foods, like I'll throw a little cayenne in some things now, like just give it a little kick. I mean, it's something that and mustard. I used to hate mustard for like my life, and I'm throwing everything.
You know what they say, right? Ketchup's for kids, mustards are for adults. I think that's true, because I grew up hating mustard. Now I'll prefer mustard on a hot dog or any type of sandwich over ketchup.
How many times do you guys eat a day? How many meals do you have?
Oh my God.
This is actually relevant to our conversation. So
yeah, it actually is.
3?
I don't eat as much as I should. I know that much, but it's like 2 solid meals and 2 smaller meals.
3 meals
usually.
But I'm a pig, so I go hard.
A minimum of 6. I eat a minimum of 6 meals a day.
But your metabolism is faster than everyone else.
Yeah, but they're also weighed out. I also have everything planned out. I'm super strict with it. Like I'll go, sometimes I'll go crazy and be like, fuck it, I'll get a cheesesteak, but I can. Also with my, you got to do your BMR, and that's how many calories your body needs to sustain itself. And because of the job I work, and because of the workouts I do, my BMR is a lot larger than most people's. Like, I think I need at least 2,700 calories to maintain body weight, to maintain function. And if I kick that down, I'll lose weight. Also, you have to remember when you start working out that the scale lies, because your body is burning fat. Muscle, that's the old adage, muscle weighs more than fat. And it does. It does. It's 100% true. Muscle weighs more than fat. The thing that my coach Matt had told me is, if you get on the scale and it's higher than when you started, it's because you're getting more muscular. Your body is changing. Pictures, like they tell you before you do any, like for P90X, take a picture day 1, take a picture day 30, 60, 90, and you'll see the differences.
Yeah.
And you'll start seeing little differences, like when you get out the shower and you catch yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh shit, yeah, oh look at that. Like that's one of the things you start to notice. So
yeah, that's true.
But yeah, for sure. But yeah, like whenever you start like any kind of, well, a lot of the suggestions, like I said, leaner meats and things are like basic, like dietary just pluses. But yeah, if you're going to start any kind of regimen or routine, get in touch with at least like a nutritionalist, coach, personal trainer type of person.
Talk to your doctor. Worst case scenario.
Well, like I said, at least a nutritionalist, because a nutritionalist will be able to advise in things. A lot of coaches nowadays actually are well versed in like nutritional and like a lot of these seemingly more medical like body types and like how you function, like how your body functions and such. And but yeah, definitely, like I said, before starting anything, don't just, we've said don't just rush in, but if you're looking to start something, just go in for some advisement first. Because when I was going to a gym, I actually could not do cardio because of my job. I was like working so much and I was like walking and running so much on my job, I did not have the stamina to actually do cardio. I pretty much relegated myself to like more on weights and getting more of my muscle mass up and such like that. And like I said, when you start on anything, your first month or two, maybe, the scales are going to show massive weight loss because you're getting rid of like water weight and crap.
Mm-hmm.
But after that initial month, those scales don't change as much. And sometimes, yeah, they change seemingly for the negative. But pay attention to pictures and pay attention to measurements. There's some workouts that have you measure like once a month. Mm-hmm. Pay attention to that. It's like, yeah, oh my God, I just gained 5 pounds from last week. Oh, wait, my arms are like an inch bigger. Oh, my waist is like an inch smaller. Oh.
But yes, the adage is a pound the world around, which is true. But how it works is the fat is more fluffy. It's more expanded as muscle is dense. It contract, so that's why you seem to watch the scale pop up and then you kind of plateau with your weight. Plus, your body will find its equilibrium. It will find where it needs to be. You can get down to 135 pounds, but you look good. Your body is meant to be at a specific weight where you go, oh, that's it. Like, I think the lowest I've ever gotten in my entire life was 130. That was a couple of years ago, and I just did cardio. I ran so far, and I looked terrible. I was lean and all that, but I was like, oh, I don't feel, this isn't good. So now, there's a healthy balance. Don't just lift. Yeah. Don't just do cardio. Try to find a balance. Number one rule, don't skip leg day. Don't be that guy.
Yeah, and like I said, also look into your occupation.
Yeah.
It's like if you have an occupation where, like Buster, you're lifting a lot of things, maybe you're not moving around so much, try and focus a little more on the cardio side outside of the occupation. Me, I was more, in factory settings, doing lifting a lot sometimes, but mostly I was freaking running around like a freaking hamster in a ball. Mm-hmm. So I focused more on getting muscle up. And so, like I said, just don't go too hard, like unadvised one way or the other. Just find, there is something as going too hard into a healthy lifestyle, and that too much of a good thing is a bad thing.
Also, warm up and stretch. That seems like a dumb thing to say, but there's so many people that I have seen, that I know and that I have seen, just go, oh, we're benching. What is that, like 200 pounds? And I'm like, did you just walk in? Shouldn't you stretch or warm up? And a cold muscle rips. That's what I've learned. Oh, yeah. A cold muscle will rip, not just like rip like how you want it to, because the way muscle works is you don't get stronger when you're lifting. You get stronger when you rest, because your muscles are tearing and then they're rebuilding. When you go into a workout cold, your muscle rips off the bone. You could rip your bicep off, or your quad off. And if you ever seen a quad rip, a good one is watch the WWE. The wrestler Triple H ripped his quad, and you watch it roll up his leg like a blind. Like if you ever pull up a blind, that's what it looks like. And I'm like, and you can just watch it. It's on. It could be on YouTube. I don't know. And you're like, Jesus, what the fuck? How does that feel? And that is extensive surgery and extensive rehab, and we don't want that for you.
Yeah, seriously, take care of yourself. And like I said, And also in case, like, whenever John Cena ripped his pecs.
Oh, God. You could just watch rips and tears. And
You actually see it happen before the storyline of when it happened, and it's just like... And he was out for, 6 months at least.
Mm-hmm. So just remember...
And that's because they have, like, freaking expert medical care they, like, rush them to. And it's like... So they can get, like... as well as possible, but good God, it's...
Be careful. Is what we're trying to say.
Please.
Start slow. Find somebody... find a Beachbody coach. Find a professional trainer.
Yeah. Some gyms have like on-site personal trainers that you can actually go to. I mean, definitely don't start a routine. Just head for it. Don't be bullheaded about it.
So,
yep,
that was actually a good main. Probably, I mean, it's something that everybody cares about. Your health. You can't do anything unless you're healthy.
That's very true. But all in all, make sure you continue to consult your doctor, a professional. I'm just basically, RngCast said to do this, and so I'm gonna go and do that. We definitely said consult your doctor, your physical therapist, whoever, a licensed professional, because you need to figure out what works for you, what's your body type, and and make sure you have an achievable goal. Make sure it's not,
small.
Dude, I want to basically be so ripped that I can't wipe my ass. Can't wipe behind there.
We'll have to turn sideways to enter a door.
Exactly. And all of this is just to make sure that you have, great health when you're gaming, especially for longer periods of time. Sleep is important. Always prep and consult your doctor. You want to do something extreme when it comes to gaming. And don't forget, too, you game for 8 hours a day, but go for a walk, go for a run, go for a bike ride. Do something outside of that. Don't just go on games for 8 hours, take a break, take a nap, and then go on games some more. Do something more physical, that uplift your spirits and that keep your energy going.
And one thing that's actually, A, it's good for your health, and B, it actually can help clear your head whenever you're getting a little salty about some D1 shenanigans that are still around. Set the controller, stand up, stretch. Just walk around your room for a few minutes. Just some small things you can do.
Yeah. It helps clear your head. It really does. Getting a workout in will help you focus and level out everything. If I don't work out for a couple of days, I'm an asshole. That's the truth. My girlfriend can attest to that. She'll be like, "Did you work out today?" No. Go lift the weights for a couple minutes. Come fuck down. So, all right, guys. What did you guys? How was your week of gaming? Like, what did you guys? Did you guys play any Destiny? Did you play any other games? Did you Pokemon battle? I don't know what the kids are into. Did you fidget spinner? I don't know. What did you do this week?
Get off my lawn, old man.
I hate 'em.
I actually did, and I actually completed Atheon Challenge for the first time. Just in the party with Berg and Forrest and a few other folks. I think I took the place for someone else, so we were there at Atheon, and after a few attempts, we finally got Atheon Challenge. I got the Adept version of Atheon's Epilogue. Otherwise, I've been messing around with more PC games this week. I've been PUBG, Player Unknown Battleground. I'll tell you that game makes me tilt hardcore, hard, because it can happen so fast. It's basically this large map, death match. It's like H1Z1, but I think a little bit more organized and a little more complete. Because I think it's still in early access, and let me
a lot more buggy from what I've seen.
Well, I thought H1Z1's buggier, but that's just me playing two games. H1 PUBG is definitely more slower paced. H1Z1 seems more frantic to me. But I die so quick. I'm like, the hell with this game. I actually played also to Rainbow Six Siege. I actually like the game. I'm not doing any multiplayer. I'm just doing like the situations for now, just so that I can learn the mouse and keyboard. And it's actually pretty cool. Some of the missions you have to do, you gotta take someone out. You got to defend someone. Guide a hostage to safety. Some of those things are really cool. And I think what I like best about it is that Angela Bassett is in that game. She was Amanda Waller, I think, for the terrible Green Lantern movie.
Yeah.
But she plays a good Amanda Waller. So the fact that she's playing in this role as, like, I guess the intelligence lead or whatever you want, fits her. She got the voice for it. She damn sure got the looks. So, that's all basically I did this week as far as gaming is concerned. I didn't play too much games.
That's what you've been up to.
Well, I did a few things in Destiny. I actually got my Titan's Dead Orbit rank up to 25, so that's the last exotic class item I'm going to need to work on. And I thusly no longer have any uses for strange coins.
What about sure?
They are now just things. Because that's legitimately the only thing I was using strange coins for anymore was actually buying heavy ammo sense to convert into faction rep. And I did a few things. As I wanted to say, it was actually last week. I ended up going into for some reason, I am knowing such changes are on the horizon with D2. I cannot so far get mad at D1 Crucible anymore. Seeing with lightning nades, seeing shenanigans with like shoulder charge and fist of or actually fist of panics. I laugh. It's like it's more of I enjoy what I can. I mean,
yeah.
Keep on keeping on, buddy. But yeah, I'm finding like a very zen experience. Like I'm just very meh when it comes to like D1 PvP anymore. Which I really only play to get the boxes. I have been been diving into a little more with Paladin, and with that being a slightly slower time to kill and more team-based shooter, I am like really excited to see how that's going to translate into my D1 prep. Because Paladin's very much like we've seen in D2 has a very detailed HUD, so I'm actually already starting to get used to paying attention to the HUD on like what enemy's doing well, what enemy's down, what enemy's this, that, or the other. So I'm getting used to that. I'm getting used to it's actually helping me with, as we suggested last week. Was that last week? Yeah. But as was just last week, getting used to listening for things and listening to cues and things like that. So that's like really, it's kind of like my casual go in and just screw around right now. But like I said, it's really helping me pick up a few things that are going to help in the future, hopefully.
Okay. Sweet.
I changed my favorite character in Overwatch because I downloaded the free trial last weekend, and I like Reinhardt. No more Tracer. I like Reinhardt. There's a surprise. I was like, oh shit, this guy has a shield, and oh shit, he smashes into people. This is great. Played a little bit of Destiny this morning. I played some Rogue Galaxy, some Fallout 4.
Okay. So how'd you like Overwatch?
It was okay. It almost doesn't. It would be more. It's more like a. I don't care if I die. Is how it feels. Like your KD doesn't matter. It's I just gotta move this fucking tank along, or I gotta do this, or
escort the payload.
Yeah. Or I fucking hate that guy, that fucking ball thrower dude. I fucking
Zenyatta.
I hate him. Oh god.
Why do you hate Zenyatta?
I played against a dude and he was really good with him, so I'm like, I gotta figure out how to counter this.
Out of all the people you hate Zenyatta, I expected you to say, actually never mind. I thought you were gonna say Genji, but you like ninja stuff. So.
Yeah, that's the ninja, right? That's the sword
robotic.
Ninja?
No. Yes.
The sword ninja. Then Hanzo's the arrow.
Bow and arrow.
They're
brothers.
They both shoot dragons. That's how I know them. The double dragon.
Yeah,
brothers.
exactly.
They're brothers.
I play a game with I don't know the girl's name. The one that does teleports.
Oh God.
The one that just teleports.
Shit. She has the
Symmetra.
Symmetra. I forget her name.
That dude was amazing with that character.
Hey, I've seen a Symmetra main work, and let me tell you, it's scary.
It was just like, just Reinhardt, sit on the payload and just every now and then put your shield up and shoot people. And just get people. Okay, cool. And I'm just riding around. The next thing I know, there's doom, 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 doom. I'm like,
she made a Star David.
I was just like, I was like, I want to be where the people are. I don't know what's going on here. And then the one dude with the guy, the robot that turns into a turret.
Oh yeah, Bastion.
I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? Like, this is even fair. We're just riding around, burp, 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 and I'm like, shield, bash people. And the bash is just so much fun. It really is a. It's like, oh man, I felt good because there's nowhere for you to go. I'm gonna smash you into a wall. There
you go.
I don't have it anymore, so I have to go buy it if I wanted to. But then
the trick is you gotta play with friends. Solo queuing is
solo queuing is hard. But I wanted to give it the. I didn't want to be like, no, I did. I gave it more than a fair shake, and I liked the game. I guess now I got to download Paladins because that's right.
Yeah. That's actually completely free to play. It does all right. Here's the thing about Hi-Rez and how they kind of hook you into it. Is Hi-Rez is responsible for both Smite and Paladins. They have rather large rosters. Not so much in Paladins right now, but good God, it's growing. But they give you a base set of characters. They give you a frontline or tank. A flank, I think a support you can use, and then the rest of it's damage. But you start with that, and you can actually unlock characters with in-game currency, gold that you acquire, winning and such. Or you can, $20 I think it is, and you can get Thunder Attack still. And you unlock every champion, current and future, ever.
Okay.
So because of that, it's known as the poor man's Overwatch. I myself did try Overwatch with the free weekend again because I did try the beta just before it came out. But there's just not many people I actually connect with in Overwatch as much as I actually did, because I actually have a few characters I really like using in Paladin. So tomato.
But yeah, I went further on in Rogue Galaxy, which is the game I go to, and I did play a couple hours of No Man's Sky when I got home one night at 4 a.m. I was still awake. So I was like, I'll just jump on No Man's Sky and run around and do some shit. Because No Man's Sky is one of those games you can just jump into and be like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, mark this on your calendars. Buster played something other than Destiny.
Wow.
And enjoyed it. So. Do you guys have anything? RNG tangent topics you wanted to bring up at the end of the episode?
No, I don't personally.
You got anything, Des?
I don't think I do. Like I said, I think we already kind of went into the fact because I had an idea about the odd changing of taste buds for no apparent freaking reason. But we're gonna touch that a bit. So.
Mm-hmm. So one of the I got one that. Obviously, I went to a con, so I heard a lot of our fellow geeks and nerds, or whatever you want to call us, things. The Wonder Woman debacle. How some people don't think it will be a good movie, and some people think it will be the best DC movie ever. I'm like, I feel neither positive nor negative about it.
I didn't know that was even a debacle.
Oh yes, yeah. It's divisive. It's like Suicide Squad. You hate it or you love it. There's no it was a good movie. It's a solid flick. You should check it out.
I mean, I liked it, but the whole, I think DC movies right now are kind of ripping off Marvel formula. I mean, they're obviously ripping off Marvel formula with the whole Avengers thing, but I'm just talking different focal points and such that they're choosing to do. And it started with Man of Steel, kind of giving Superman a Spider-Man syndrome with adoptive father creating the huge moral point type deal. And then seeing the Wonder Woman movie seemingly based in World War One or World War Two kind of has some heavy, especially in the comics, considering now she uses a shield. It kind of, rings a little bit of Captain America. But I personally don't really muchly enjoy...
I'm going to close it out in a minute, okay?
Well, I still don't really agree. I haven't seen anything spectacular on the actress that they chose to play Wonder Woman, personally. So, still kind of on the fence about her.
Yeah, I mean, the people who I talked to that saw it was better than they expected. I mean, some people, like I said, feel great about it, and there's Bella. It's, yeah, I mean, I find it interesting. That
tell you what, I had a blast. I caught John Wick Chapter 2.
Oh, so good.
Oh, dude.
Oh, my God. That movie. Oh, God.
I love John Wick. That just the movie itself, Keanu Reeves did it so well. He does that. Yeah. He does that good.
That's my new Keanu, my new favorite Keanu Reeves movie.
Yeah, by far.
Sure. What was your previous one?
I didn't have a previous one.
Okay.
I was my
Bill and Ted.
Nah.
Point Break.
No.
Actually, Point Break was a good movie though.
And it's so funny. My fiance's mom is a huge Keanu Reeves fan. And I'm like, but he sounds and does the same shit in every movie every time. He sounds and looks lost. Mm-hmm. But yeah, exactly. Like, no. But like John Wick, that is the role. That is the role.
Actually, if you like John Wick, you would actually like him in Constantine.
Yeah, Constantine.
Because John Wick is basically Constantine, like what he did in Constantine. And Constantine was a really good, I want to say kind of off DC inspired, because Constantine isn't a popular DC character, but oh my God. And one thing that they did wonderfully in the first John Wick, which is why I didn't have high expectations, but I knew they weren't going to sequel too bad, is because the first John Wick started as a sequel already. I think I talked about that. They go into the movie, it's like John Wick already has a history.
He already retired.
He's already retired. You have no clue who this man is, but yet everyone else in the world knows who he is and what he is and why. So, I mean, they started with a really good setup with that, and they just carried it. Like, everything John Wick is like John Wick 2 just improved. So it didn't really, it was really better or worse, but it was a
solid continuation.
Yeah, exactly. Because we actually had a conversation in the Discord earlier, like trilogies and such, and I actually can't see. Somebody brought up co-founder brought up Toy Story. I can't see those movies individually. I see those movies as a set. It's like I don't see, 3 is definitely better than 1 or 2 is better than 1. I see it as, they tell an overall story together, and they do that very well. And that's like my weakness, that movies that actually do that, it's like they don't do anything out of the box or really drastic, but they just continue and build upon their world a little better.
Do you feel the same way about Lord of the Rings?
Somewhat. Because, that was literally... Basically, yes, actually. Because the way it was originally written, for those few that do know or are fans of books, J.R.R. Tolkien actually wrote that as one giant book. Which is why it is paced out so really weird if you're reading it, and nothing actually gets done in the first book. In Fellowship of the Ring, nothing actually really gets done, and things actually get started in the Two Towers, because that was literally mid of the book once the plot starts accelerating. And so that's kind of a prime example of just things building upon each other fairly well.
I feel the same way about Guardians. A lot of people say Guardians 2 wasn't as good as the first one. I definitely think it was a solid continuation of the Guardians of the Galaxy story and franchise. But, like I said, everybody has their own opinion, to each their own, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I got a lot of shit this week because I didn't see Godler.
Neither have I.
I'm not alone.
And actually, at this point in time, it's becoming a thing that I have dodged it so successfully without trying. I actually don't want to see it. Just to keep the legacy of me not knowing anything about the Godfather movies. Almost like a life goal now. If I can die without watching any of the Godfather movies.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
No, Subcult, I'm not saying episode 1 for Star Wars was as good as episode 5. There was just too many issues in the prequel trilogy, but either way, if you actually look at it though, episode 1, episode 5, episode 7 are practically all the same movie. They all start with an orphan in a desert world scrapping to get by. And come to find out, oh, hey, look, you're amazing at the Force. Now, I love Star Wars, but like I said, if you look at it as base, episodes 1, 5, and
7.
No, 1, 4, and 7 are actually practically the same thing. Just saying. Then there's the theory that what's her name could possibly be a Skywalker.
Jesus Christ. Or a Kenobi was one of the ones.
Yeah,
I've seen.
It's like
the Star Wars lore and the Destiny lore community are the exact same. They're so deep and
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I also got to think like for decades, like Star Wars has had an expanded universe to like go back on. Mm-hmm. But now, like with Disney taking it over and doing the story, that's already ruined in a lot of places. A lot, because things happened in episode 7 that never happened in expanded universe. So that's like a completely different continuation now. That's like, what, 30 years of books?
Yep. Yeah, there's a bunch of...
Just... it's their own universe now. It's got nothing to do with us. And then Rogue One destroying the legacy of Kyle Katarn and Jedi Knight series.
So... that would bring this episode, which is episode 55, to a close.
Yeah.
Guys, tell everybody where they can find you for the 55th time.
You can find me on Twitter, the main man, the businessman, at businessman_DRP. You can find me on Twitch. Keep doing that. Twitch.tv/businessman24.
And this is your boy Raven. You can find this horrible conversationalist on Twitter at DES_Raven.
Oh, Jesus.
I was waiting for it so long. He did so good.
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv, The Corvus Nest, and you can search me on YouTube at DeathSwitch Raven.
It only took him 2 hours and 6 minutes to hold over. I mean, that's a fucking record. Let's just be honest.
I had to sneak it in somewhere.
Yeah. And you can find me, Buster Knuckle, on Twitter at Buster Knuckle, Search Knuckle 13, on Twitch, twitch.tv/Buster_Knuckle. And you can find this show that you're listening to and watching, which you probably have already found, on Twitter at the RngCast, on Instagram at the RngCast. You can email us, and as we mentioned forward, please don't title your email something that could possibly trigger Raven, because I might not catch the email and you might catch him. Don't do that. The rngcast@gmail.com. If you want to support us on Patreon, feel free to do so. Patreon.com/the RngCast. And if you want us to bring the t-shirts back, and Biz sent me a fantastic idea, I just have to find out how to do it. Tweet at us, message us, email us, go to our Discord. We will send you Discord invites on Twitter. If you tweet at us asking us for a Discord invite, we will definitely invite you.
Get in on this community.
Hashtag bring
or
the
you can
t-shirts
message
back.
You can also like one individual, Mr. Red Dom. Second week shout out for you. You got in touch with me on Bungie.net because it is DES Raven on Bungie.net also. So I can message you too.
Yeah.
There's no reason for you not to be in our Discord, hang out with these incredible people We call our revolutionaries.
And this is the RngCast. We're out.
Later, man.
See you all next week.
You know, for horrible conversation, we're pretty good today, I think. I mean, I definitely think people are going to be eating their words.